went to this doctor, one that worked with Justin Bieber, one that worked with, I'm not even gonna name other names and stuff. My wife took me to do that because she said something about your personality doesn't feel like it's bipolar. I've seen bipolar before. I've seen, she's educated, so I've seen bipolar before.
Wow,
and
I love
wear
those.
them every day.
Can I get a pair of those?
Absolutely, sir.
They would
Tucker
really
liked
suit
them
me.
also. These boots are a hit.
Love those.
Yes.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Would you like to one
you
day,
very much, sir.
do you think, given that you've got all these kids together, would you like one day to get back with Kim, do you think? Do you feel like you've gone through a very tumultuous period, but that actually the love underneath it all between...
And that's what happens when they take the dads out the home, and that's what they've been doing in the hood. They take the fathers and the leaders out of the homes. And if we keep on allowing this to happen and we don't have some level of a decency clause inside of our media.
So it looks like Kim Kardashian has not totally given up on Kanye West because she's trying to get him professional help after his recent series of crash outs on social media. But Kanye is not taking it well because he has just called Kim out for trying to put him under a conservatorship like Wendy Williams and Britney Spears. Kanye has been going on his quarterly rant on social media for a couple of days now, and every time that we think that it couldn't get worse, he descends into a new low that shocks us even more than the last time. He hasn't been on good terms with his ex Kim for a long time, but it looks like Kim was willing to put their differences aside, but C&E is dragging her again for filth and accusing her of having her eyes on his money. Why, all this situation is about to be another breaking hot mess. So let's break down the insanity. Well, Kanye West has been on a roll these past couple of days, and unfortunately, it's not in a good way. Now, everybody knows that Kanye West has always been a little bit eccentric, but y'all, that was just what made him the genius that he is. Unfortunately, it looks like he has moved from being eccentric and a genius to a straight-up weirdo, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, because he has been acting out a lot recently. And every time we think that it's bad, it gets worse. This particular wave of chaos started...
Beautiful! And over that shoulder one time. Over the shoulder! What is it? Beautiful. Right there. Y'all got beautiful right here?
Right here on the right.
Yeah.
Y'all, it was just plain insane. But somehow it still wasn't even the craziest part of the night. After Bianca had flaunted her fully exposed body for the world to see, Kanye in true form decided that there was their quay to exit without any hesitation. He took her by the hand and dipped, making it clear that he had zero plans to actually stay for the event or engage with anything that happened that night. It honestly seemed like their entire reason for showing up in the first place was just to put Bianca on display, as if they were trying to maintain attraction rather than whatever was actually going on at the event. And really, what was even the point of pretending if they had no interest in participating? Is it because of their commercial? Well, don't get me wrong, thought it couldn't get more chaotic than that. Because seriously, what on earth could be worse than showing off your entire naked body on one of the biggest red carpets in the world? Well, in true Kanye fashion, it wasn't too long before it got worse. After the Grammys, there were reports that he was mistreating his wife, and that he was the one forcing her to walk nude in the streets every time they stepped out, while he was always fully dressed. However, he logged on to Twitter to deny those claims. And if you know anything about Kanye, you know that him being on Twitter rarely ever ends well, because he's always saying or doing something insane. He claimed that it was Bianca's decision to walk the Grammys red carpet nude. He said, "My wife's first red carpet, is so smart, talented, brave, and hot. She took a break from shooting her first film to make a movie in real life. We tell her that invisible dress 6 times, and just like magic puff, we disappeared." He continued, "Thank you to all the outlets who recognized us and gave us back the energy we put in. But I have to give a shout out to the American Vogue team for writing an article that places my wife in the same positive light and also recognizes rightful strength. People asked, how would your mother feel? You don't know my mama. Them tailoring that dress 6 times is absolutely crazy because there was barely any fabric to start with in the first place." But y'all, it went downwards from there because Kane kept going on and on Twitter, and it got pretty said that just sounded like some stupid stuff to say cause I'm _. Yes, he did say _. And this was the point where we knew that things were going south. He followed that up by saying, "I turned down 3 photos this week with Make-A-Wish kids in wheelchairs. Then he went off on another anti-Semitic rant, saying I don't even know what anti-Semitic means. It's just some BS Jewish people made up to protect their BS. Was that right there? That H word was so fresh. Call me Yoel Eiler, and your B still wants the F. I'm going to normalize talking about HW. The way they talking about killing ninjas has been normalized. I'm a nerd. This isn't the first time that Ken has gone on an anti-Semitic rant, because he did the same thing back in 2022 when he said, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going to death con 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is that I can't actually be anti-Semitic because black people are Jews. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda, and that was pretty bad, but Khan wasn't done yet, because he then went on yet another rant defending Diddy, claiming that Diddy was innocent, and the people who come forward to accuse him were ears who were out for a payday. He tweeted, you bees were not as a pardon me. Let me put this in ye. All caps you me, 2 bees did not get as said you extorted ninjas. Ninjas means men, bees means bees. He also said Donald Trump, please free my brother Puff. Free Puff Puff, we love you. I stood up for you Puff. And I'm still winning 20 Grammys next year and doing the Super Bowl. As crazy as this might seem, it's not surprising that he's defending, because he is also facing the same essay allegations like Diddy. A woman even came out to claim that Kanye allegedly tried to essay.
Diddy kept looking at me and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. And I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something fucking in this drink. There's something in this drink. And I didn't know what to do.
It's also interesting that Kanye would defend Diddy out of the blue like that, because he has spent a long time telling us that Diddy was a snitch who tried to take him down during his anti-Semitic rant in 2022. He posted a screenshot of his conversation with Diddy, and it had some anti-Semitic undertones to it. He wrote this in a game, and I use you as an excuse to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me. I told you this was war. So why on earth is he now defending Diddy, now that Diddy is in federal prison for some seriously shady activities? Yeah, it was definitely weird to say the least. But Kanye's rant soon got even more bizarre. He went from being offensive to being straight up, ounce of my feelings, I stand still and hold my eye open like a psychopath till that feeling of feeling anything goes away. I have no heartstrings. People pull out your heartstrings to control. People use your feelings against you. What is you talking about? He also wrote fat bees are offenders. I see them and I'm sexually offended. Making lingerie for fat bees is like giving knives to little kids. They going to hurt somebody. If you find yourself in a fat bee's pee, just remember it's because you're broke. He finally wrapped things up saying, I tweeted pretty much everything I felt for about 12 hours, and I still have my Twitter, and most importantly, my billions. Thank you everyone for participating in this social experiment. Thank you and love Black women. Thank you and love to all gays. Thank you and love to all Jews. Thank you and love to all gay Jews. Thank you and love to all gay Jew rappers. Thank you to all the broke ninjas. Thank you to all the internet trolls. Thank you for all neurodivergence, and especially thank you to Elon. I actually love everybody, especially fat women. He then tried to circle back to his wife, Bianca, and declared ownership over her, saying, I have dominion over my wife. This ain't no woke-ass feminist crap. She's with the billionaire. Why would she listen to any of you? Dumb broke bees. People say the red carpet look was her decision. Yes, I don't make her do nothing. She doesn't want Tom. But she definitely wouldn't have been or empathy for anyone living, cause no one living can F with me. But I do love some people and give them favor. He then said, anyone who called my wife Scrammy. Look, a stun is a dumb and a lame. Yes, you. She been dressing naked for 2 years. Now all of a sudden, it's a stunt. Everybody single, be on this planet. Wish they had our bravery body platform and access to money and a husband that supported their personal expression. There are a lot of things that had to converge for this moment to happen, y'all. There was just too much to unpack. And there's so much else that he said that I can't get into right now. But it was insanely chaotic. But things eventually kind of made sense when he went on the Download podcast.
That work with Justin Bieber, one that work with, I'm not even going to name other names and stuff. My wife took me to do that because she said something about your personality doesn't feel like it's bipolar. I've seen bipolar before. She's educated, so I've seen bipolar before, and come to find out it's really a case of autism that I have. And autism takes you to a Rain Man thing where you're like, oh man, I'm gonna wear this Trump hat because I just like Trump in general. And then when people tell you to not do it, you just get on that one point. And that's my problem when fans tell me to do my album a certain way. I'll do it the opposite way just because la la la, I got my money, right? You're like, you can't tell me. So, but the hard thing I say, like, shout out to Don C. He's been in situations where it was so hard on him because he loves me, and like, it's so difficult.
He also said this. Out of your episode, a lot of people like medication. Do you take medication? Does it work for you? What gets you out of
I haven't taken the medication since I found out that it wasn't bipolar, that wasn't the right diagnosis. That I found out it was like autism. So
how does do you feel it working, or do you just take it just to make your wife happy because she says you should take it? Like, do you believe in the medication?
It's finding stuff that doesn't block the creativity. Obviously, that's what I bring to the world. You know, it's worth a ramp up. As long as y'all get the creativity, like.
So if he's no longer on his medication for bipolar disorder, then it would certainly explain his bizarre behavior, especially if he's been off the medication for a long time. But according to reports, ex-wife Kim Kardashian has recognized the signs and is trying to get him the professional help that he needs. But Kanye is very resistant. Kim has been super supportive of Kanye's mental health struggles in the past, like the time she spoke up when Kanye revealed that they almost didn't keep the pregnancy when they found out that Kim was pregnant with North.
My dad wanted to abort me. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
But rather than get offended, Kim asked the public to show Kanye some empathy, saying, as many of you know, Kanye has bipolar disorder. Anyone who has this or has a loved one in their life who does knows how incredibly complicated and painful it is to understand. I've never spoken publicly about how this has affected us at home because I'm very protective of our children and Khan's right to privacy when it comes to his health. But today, I feel like I should comment on it because of the stigma and misconceptions about mental health, she continued. Those that understand mental illness or even compulsive behavior know that the family is powerless unless the member is a minor. People who are unaware or far removed from this. She also said, I understand Kanye is subject to criticism because he is a public figure and his actions at times can cause strong opinions and emotions. He is brilliant, but a complicated person who, on top of the pressures of being an artist and a black man who experienced the painful loss of his mother and has to deal with the pressure and isolation. This is heightened by his bipolar disorder. Those who are close with Kanye know his heart and understand his words, sometimes do not align with his intentions. Living with bipolar disorder does not diminish or invalidate his dreams and his creative ideas, no matter how big or unobtainable they may feel to some. This is part of this genius, and as we have all witnessed, the individuals who are living with it in times when they need it the most, I kindly ask that the media and public give us the compassion and empathy that is needed so that we can get through this. Thank you for those who have expressed concern for Kanye's well-being and for your understanding. Now, there's a lot of things you can say about Kim and her marriage to Kanye. But one thing nobody can deny is that she did try to help him with his mental health. At least it seemed she was the first one to push him to get a diagnosis in the first place and to stay on his medication. However, Kanye, being Kanye, was not always receptive to her help. In one of his previous Twitter rants, he accused her of trying to put him under a conservatorship by getting him locked up. He said, "Everybody knows doctors to 5,150 me. I've been trying to get divorced since Kim met with Meek at the Waldorf for prison reform. I got 200 more to go. This my last sweet of the night. Chris John Kim was trying to fly to Wyoming with a doctor to lock me up like on the movie Get Out because I cried about saving my daughter's life yesterday. So yeah, some would say she tried to get him some medical help as he should have. But instead he turned on her and went on a rant instead." But even though they're divorced now, an insider recently revealed that Kim tried to get a medical help after his recent rant, but Kanye turned her down and accused her of trying to get him under a conservatorship again because she just wants his money. He claimed that she is allegedly making plans with Lou Taylor to get him under a conservatorship. Now, for those who don't know, Lou Taylor is the person behind Britney Spears' conservatorship. And Khan is now claiming that Kim is in cahoots with her to steal his money and put him under. Y'all, these claims are all over the place and wild. But I got to know what y'all think about this. Do you think Kanye is telling the truth about these claims? Or do you think he's just acting out again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and then check out this next video.